So the Fever are probably the most interesting team in WNBA free agency. If not the most, one of the most. And the big reason for that is they're probably the only top team that could be top tier that has cap space. So the vast majority of teams with that are like the Fever don't have cap space. They are teams that are almost as good. They're kind of trying to almost re-sign their players and see how it goes. Whereas the Fever are able to even re-sign Kelsey Mitchell and are able to make one huge signing, basically. They make one splash signing as well as keeping Kelsey Mitchell. Obviously, people want Satu. I still think Satu is the best of the players available. A lot of people are thinking Satu is this long-term fix and should give their future. I've never said the Fever should give up more than Smith and 8. I think anything more than that is an overpay for Satu. But, because I don't know how well she fits, but she's a better fit than Natasha Howard. She's 100 times better fit than Alyssa Smith. For example, if Leonie Fiebich was available, I'd rather than pay Fiebich than Satu, and I've been consistent on that as well. But either way, we have got right here a free agency call that has made so little sense that I would question basketball knowledge of the person making it. And it was Elle Duncan who thought the Fever should go for Bri Jones. And if you guys agree this is crazy, subscribe. We're trying to hit 41,050 subscribers by the end of the day, and we're 11 off. But basically, I saw the clip on a podcast. Don't really want to bring it up right now and talking about it. But I saw this when Ken Swift tweeted. Elle Duncan talking about Bri Jones and Fever rumors. Is she just manufacturing stuff? Forgot source or speculation. I mean, she's just made it up. She's not any sources. But someone just said she wouldn't be the first choice. He's solid defensively and efficient in the paint. Wouldn't cost assets. Right side of 30 would be 215k. Bri Jones, I'm saying this right now. A lot of people are like, oh, you know what? Bri Jones could be great for a contender. And I agree. As long as that contender is not the Indiana Fever. Bri Jones is everything the Fever don't want as a player. Because, by the way, if Aaliyah Boston demanded a trade or something, I'd say, yeah, you know what, get Bri Jones. But Bri Jones averaged 14 last year. She averaged 5 boards as a center. 5 boards as a center. And does not shoot the free throws particularly well. Not a terrible free throw shooter. Doesn't shoot the 3 at all. And barely shoots the mid. She barely does. We saw in the 5-game series against the Lynx, 6-2, and she had 21-7, 16. She was, for a lot of the season, in my opinion, she was the 5th best player on her team when they brought Marine Mabreen. I don't think she was good as Bonner. I don't think she was good as Thomas. I don't think she was good as Dejanay. I don't think she was good as Mabreen. I think she was the 5th best player on her team. But that doesn't really matter. Look, she's 29 years old. She's still going to be good next year. She could well be an all-star. She is a 6'3" slow center. Aaliyah Boston is a 6'3" slow center. You can't talk about wanting to play fast and have the slowest front court in the entire WNBA with the fastest backcourt in the WNBA. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. And I don't think the Fever are doing this because it would go against everything they should be doing. Because, yes, Bri Jones is a good defender, but it's unless you want to bench Aaliyah Boston, or you want to bench Bri Jones. Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, and Bri Jones can't be on at the same time as each other. If Aaliyah Boston is playing power forward, like sometimes she did with Damiris Dantas, you cannot have Caitlin Clark on the floor. It does not work like that. To be fair, actually, Dantas was spreading the floor, but if Aaliyah Boston is playing power forward, you can't have Caitlin Clark on the floor because Caitlin plays too fast and it would slow things down too much. But Bri Jones is also a back-to-the-basket center. If we want a back-to-the-basket scorer, why not just keep playing Alyssa Smith? The problem, Alyssa Smith killed the offense last year. She killed the offense in the half court because she was a back-to-the-basket center who offered nothing else while Aaliyah Boston was also on the team. And she's talking about adding another back-to-the-basket center. Bri Jones cannot be on the floor at the same time as Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark. She can be on the floor without Aaliyah Boston. She can be on the floor without Caitlin Clark, but she can't be on the floor without both of them. Or say with both of them, not without both of them, with both of them. Unless you want to start subbing both of them off and running a, like, Kelsey Mitchell, Bri Jones pick and roll. But it would be the worst decision Bri Jones ever made, because she's got another 6 or 7 years, hopefully, in her WNBA career. She had a pretty good year coming back off an Achilles tear. But, like, Bri Jones could go somewhere. Bri Jones, just stay in Connecticut. Why would you leave Connecticut? Like, sign on the 1-year deal, have a better season, because Alyssa Thomas and Tawana Bonner are going. Go make an all-star team again. Go play with Deschanel. Go average 17 a game. And then go get your max contract elsewhere. Just take the max from the team you're currently at. Take the Supermax. I know she's been cored twice, but, like, just take the Supermax. At this stage, that's all she should be doing. That's all she should be thinking about, is taking that Supermax. And, like, if you are Bri Jones, you just have to, like, not make that dumb decision. But if you're anyone involved with the Fever, why would you do this? There is no less of a fit, unless you're drafting, like, unless you want to take, like, I'm trying to think of who's the most ball dominant player in the entire WNBA. Whoever the most, Arike. Arike might be a worse fit for the Fever. Like, taking the ball out of Caitlin's hands. Arike might be, as far as star players are concerned, maybe the only worst fit for the Fever. And if we're talking near max contract players, I mean, the worst fit might be Katie Lou Samuelson, except she's on the damn team. But still, like, I like Bri Jones as a player. I get it. She was an all-star. She was an all-star last year. Should she have been over Angel Reese? Or sorry, not Angel Reese. Jesus. Should she have been over Ezzy Magbagord? No. Like, a lot of people are saying it's like, oh, Angel Reese shouldn't have been an all-star. She wasn't as good as Ezzy Magbagord. But Bri Jones is better than Angel Reese. The only thing is, though, is Bri Jones started off the season better than Angel Reese did. And then it was just towards the end of all-star voting, Bri Jones started playing a little bit worse. But, like, she's not a very good rebounder. She's an inside presence with no mid-range game or three-point shot at all. And some people are like, you know what, she'd be good for the Fever because of defense. Man, you are paying a max contract for someone to back up Aaliyah Boston. Why would you pay max money to back up Aaliyah Boston? The only reason to give her a max is an Erica Wheeler type deal if no one else is available. And another team's going to give Bri Jones a max because realistically she's a max contract player, just not for the Indiana Fever. Like, that would, if you sign Bri Jones, that's a Lynn Dunn move. That is a Lynn Dunn move right there. You know what? We like to play fast, move a point guard who runs fast. Let's get a slow back to the basket center who can't play at the same time as our current slow back to the basket center who is better than her. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. If this ends up happening, I'm fully convinced Lynn Dunn still runs the Indiana Fever. But anyway, I'll see you guys.